Near the town of Nidemus, World War III continues. And here in this battle, we are playing as the French, trying to stop a massive Soviet force from moving on through the actual town of Obermus. So we obviously have a lot of work ahead of us, folks. All of these units are locked in the initial part of the battle, so we'll be moving them when the battle actually begins. In fact, we can already begin our advances, and hopefully we'll be setting up in the correct way. First things first is I'll set some of the tanks up here on the rim of the woods. Hopefully they'll be able to take a look across here and hit some Soviet targets. The same thing with this scout section. I want to actually fast move them all the way up, hopefully to the town, so that they can get a visual on all enemy targets. The same with this scout section. Now with them, I'm going to scout this way. So essentially try and remain in the woods and maybe get a rear view of the enemy. But the fact is we have a lot of actual scouts in this particular group, and we want to make use of them. They're not going to be particularly effective against enemy tanks. With the mech infantry platoon, I am heading right towards Obermus. We'll do the same with this AMX tank group. And the only difference here is I'm going to move them over here where our other tank group is and try and really make this force in the forest quite a strong one. As for this scout section, we can advance them, or actually we'll fast move them all along the western side of this tiny little lake and hopefully get into the town. As you can see, we're not going directly into the town yet. I want to wait a bit. We also have some heavy mortar support that of course we can call if necessary. Right now I'm going to keep them there, but over time we might be able to move them. And let's see, we have absolutely no air support, and it looks like potentially no available artillery either. So this is going to come right down, guys, to our actual men on the field. Let's actually see if we have some minefields. So at this point, we just want to get those tanks in a position. They're moving quite quickly. It's looking beautiful, those AMXs. And I'm just hoping that our scout units do their job here. Because, of course, if we want to stop the enemy from moving through Obermus, we're going to have to get into position quickly. And it looks like almost certainly they're going to have to go this way, as a matter of fact. So I'm going to be surprised if we get any enemy targets over here. Hopefully they're going to be fairly easy to deal with. Yep, there we go. Tanks on the way. Of course, this is a Third World War scenario that nobody would want to deal with. Absolutely nightmarish, with the Soviets getting as far as France. But if it were to happen, certainly this is the way we would try to approach it. I think we also forgot to move one mech platoon here, if I'm not mistaken. So let's go ahead and fast move with the mech platoon. And I'm going to actually fast move kind of on this side of the woods. Come down this way. So far, plenty of our scouts have gotten to the position, or at least very close. I'm almost tempted to kind of stop the scouts here. In fact, let's delete that waypoint for that scout. And we will delete the waypoint for this one. So hopefully they're just going to be getting some good visuals, spotting some Soviet targets for the rest of our men, particularly these tank units. In fact, I'm tempted to just kind of send these guys right into town. But I don't think we're at that point yet. In fact, I'm going to cancel that waypoint, and we're going to go right across with a fast move, a little bit closer to Obermus. Same with this guy here. Delete last waypoint, because if he goes in there by himself, he's going to get absolutely destroyed. So we might as well send these guys together to the edge of these forests to get the best visuals possible. Oh, I hear some contact. At least I think I hear some shots coming down. And keep in mind, this is a defensive mission. We don't want to push all the way into the enemy sector, but I do want to keep my eyes on that town. Alright, it looks like the Soviets have begun their attack. I think they're firing some sort of mortar over here. Maybe just smoke grenades? But why would they be firing smoke grenades over here? I hope they don't have any men moving through the woods here. That would be awful. But I don't think so, although they are, from what I can see, potentially targeting the HQ area. Let's hope not. Just to make absolutely sure, I'm going to advance the HQ a bit farther here. Just as long as he's in this general area. And we want to keep him closer to the men anyway. So we'll push him forward. And look at that advance. That looks like a damn strong advance. I just want to come into contact with these Soviets and see what we're working against. That'll really let us know if this is going to be possible to defend. Alright, folks, so as that mechanized crew is steamrolling closer to the town, this tank division really hasn't come into any contact. So I am going to advance, trying to keep some of this this wood cover to our south at the very least, so we've got that consistent cover. And I think we'll also delete the last waypoint from this tank. And this guy, we're going to fast move over here with the rest of the mechanized units. In fact, we might do the same with a few of these tank units. So, for instance... Okay, there we go. Hold on a second. Enemy ground unit spotted. And it's going to be on that western side of all places. That's exactly where we didn't want them to attack. Let's take a look here. Looks like our scout units are going to be dealing with them first. We're going to have to divert some of these tanks or some of these mechanized units. Let's delete all waypoints. And advance directly up that road. In fact, we could do a fast move, but... that wouldn't necessarily be a good idea right here. Let's just delete those waypoints. At least we'll have visuals on any units moving through here. But for sure, we're going to have to take this tank group, delete all waypoints, and we're going to have to send them over here. Scout car is taking fire as well. So you know what? Maybe a change of plans. We'll kind of do this. We're actually going to go into the town. I wanted to avoid this. But I think this is probably the best course of action right now. Another enemy ground unit spotted. Okay, this one is a bit closer to our lines. Got a Soviet vehicle right there. Let's delete all waypoints. Keep that fire going, boys. In fact, we'll delete a few of these waypoints just so the guys can kind of focus their targets. A lot of artillery coming in, and there we go. Enemy vehicle destroyed. Still don't know what kind of vehicle it is, but we'll find out as we approach and get a little bit closer. We got to be careful because, see, the enemy could get behind our lines and actually take these locations. So I'm going to... send one of these tanks, just a lone tank, to advance over there to the western side of the town. But so far, that was it in terms of contact. We lost that vehicle there. They lost a vehicle right there. She's still burning. More enemy ground units spotted going right through the village. You see what I'm talking about, boys? Let's delete all waypoints there. Delete all waypoints here, and hopefully these APCs can start taking the enemy out. Let's unload the units. Of course, had I known that they were going to be coming through this quickly, we would have unloaded the units a lot sooner. Light them up, boys. Light them up. Looks like we're just hitting them with machine guns, 20mm heavy machine guns, but that's a tank. That's a damn T-62. That's why we need our tank here quickly. Not doing any damage to it. 1972, rather. Not doing any damage to it, so we do need that armor to show up. There we go. Enemy destroyed. And look at that, guys. Quite a few of our tanks focusing on these Soviets coming in. Another one destroyed. Man, do I miss Armored Brigade. Why did I stay away so long? And I think we could even continue our push forward. Since we're doing quite well against those guys. There we go. We're actually going to stop the movement for this tank. Light them up, light them up. So I think it was the right approach not to go directly into the village. Nonetheless, I am concerned about them getting to that road area. Nice shot! That main road there in this village is completely destroyed. And for once in an Armored Brigade battle, we didn't have any civilian vehicle or civilian buildings targeted, I should say. At least it doesn't look like it yet. Oh, did I speak too soon? I just heard a missile. And look at that, we've even got some enemy infantry. Got a good old motorized rifle squad. One of them is already hit there. That must have been an APC. Now what we could do is we could take some of these mortars, do some high explosive. Let's do that. And actually I think it's good to keep two of these tanks over here because we do have some enemies coming through the woods. Let's see how the rest of our armor is doing. I wonder if we should be pushing even deeper into this area. And again, because a few of them may have snuck past our defenses here and might be steamrolling towards those locations. Get them, get them. Just lost a scout car. But luckily destroyed that particular vehicle. Let's make sure those tanks are still moving in. That guy does have a path to movement. But I want to make sure everybody's making that movement. Just try to steamroll to the back of the village. We'll bring our GMXs as well. Oh, that's right. We got the these infantry units out. The mech infantry section. Let me get them into some of these buildings. I think we should already start defending and sort of setting up here. But there we go. We've got our tanks actually in the town. Delete last waypoint, so he's got his focus on anybody coming up that road. Let's get a visual, boys. In fact, it would be nice to get that scout unit in. Let's unload the scouts. Well, maybe this is just a vehicle scout. I think it is. Nope. We can definitely unload the scout units and set them up over here. What about up here? This is what I'm really concerned about. And unfortunately, we need to rotate this tank. I think this guy might still be able to get a visual, but that guy is definitely not in the right position. What the hell was that? Some sort of enemy, maybe, Katyusha attack? I don't know, but it just destroyed one of our tanks. Not good, guys, and they are approaching our HQ, potentially. They got rid of that tank right there in, at the end of the road, unfortunately. I think the positioning was really bad. That's my fault. We'll try to advance with this one, get into a more opportune position, and hopefully this infantry can also help quite a bit. And I spoke too soon. They are calling in artillery, as you can see, into town. We'll start bringing in these tanks as well to try and shut down any movement into town, and also try and get some flanking attacks over here. Get him, get him, get him. Nice. No damage, but we'll get him. Got plenty of guys actually targeting this unit. Get him. Fire J2. We're currently suppressed. Damn, that's a rough one. It's been quite a while since we've played some Armored Brigade. But I still want to get this victory. Get him, get him, get him. Where's that mechanized infantry? Yeah, we can stop this guy right here because we've got tanks ahead of us already. Let's hope that the AMX will start targeting him. We could, of course, do a custom target, but he should be able to spot him pretty soon here. There we go. And we've got our other tank over here, so we've still got plenty of the J3 AMXs in battle here. One of them destroyed. Let's get that damn mech infantry to fast move into the building. So far, so good. We took out another one of their tanks. But I think it's time we stop this guy right there. And now, look at that. Our mech infantry is targeting the APC. Another one destroyed. Although I want to make sure we took out the enemy armor. That's my main focus. You can give up now, Soviets. It's not too late. It is not too late. There comes that Katyusha barrage. I'm just going to call it a Katyusha barrage. I don't think it actually is a Katyusha, but some sort of missile system that they're using to just drench our tanks in AP fire. Good shot. That's, of course, the heat missile coming from our AMX. One thing we want to do, I was going to say we want to rotate, but look at that. We've got enemies getting past the line, so let's keep that tank right where he is. Incoming enemy artillery. Where is that going to drop? And again, they are doing anything they can to destroy that AMX right there. But so far, we've stopped them. I mean, look at that Soviet push. It's just incredible that we've managed to stop them right here. Quite effectively. Enemy infantry moving forward. Fire at will. Looks like an AT squad as well. Got visual on this unit, very close to one of our objective points. I believe we sent one of our tanks over here, but it's taking him a while to get there, or maybe he just never made that move. And there we go. Look, it's coming down to close combat at this point. Two of our infantry sections, two mech infantry sections opening fire on the enemy infantry here. And we're also going to start pushing this one forward to take that building. But we need all guns attacking that unit right now. I think it's extremely important to get these mech command groups into the village. This isn't even one of the objective points, but we know that this is where they're going to send all of their vehicles through, all of their infantry through. So anybody that can actually still make it here is going to be a huge asset. In fact, let's get this APC here. I want to keep them in a safe zone first. Then we'll get the infantry out and put them in one of these buildings. As you can see, it's getting a little bit darker on this map. And that could make visibility a little more difficult. Now, this is just a straight motorized rifle squad. A lot of guys in that squad, but you can see we killed 2 of them, and they are running. Oh, completely destroyed the squad. Good shooting, man. Very good shooting. Look at that. Another enemy vehicle approaching with assorted infantry as well. Unbelievably amazing. I think just with our guys currently on the ground right now, we should be able to take them out pretty easily. Here we go, enemy tank. It's a T-10. This is a monster. And they're sending armor out like this. I don't think they have much left. The problem is neither do we. Neither do we. Get him, get him, get him. Alright, 1 T-55 destroyed by a scout car. Damn. Our guys certainly have some tricks up their sleeves. I'm liking this French defensive force. Seems to be pretty damn effective. I know you can make 1,000 jokes about the French, but look, in terms of vehicles, especially modern vehicles, absolutely magnificent. Destroyed that tank before he could even cross the river, and I think we're going to get this one as well, because they're not even really trying to destroy our troops entirely. They're trying to make it to those objective zones. Now he's turning back to fight. Actually did manage to kill one of our other tanks, but hopefully we have just enough to stop him. Again, plenty of anti-tank weapons. Not with this group, but with a few of our other mech groups. As you can see, the rocket launcher, at least one rocket launcher here, which could wipe that unit out. Although our infantry in that building have been completely massacred. So this could get complicated for sure. Looks like they also got that final tank of ours. 90mm F1 gun, man. This is for a scout vehicle, this is extremely heavy. An extremely heavy vehicle, but there we go. Our infantry are retreating. What we could try to do is hit him with our mortars, but I'm not sure any of these actual mortars can take out a tank. We can certainly try, though. It's probably gonna have to cross over here. Enemy artillery barrage incoming. Let's just hope that our scout units have some anti-tank weaponry, because we're about to let them out and try and give the enemy hell. Don't stop fighting, boys. There's that rocket. Didn't do much to the APC. It's definitely getting darker there. Almost 8 o'clock. Unfortunately, just about every one of our units there have fallen back. Trying to see if there's any real hope here to keep on fighting. I mean, there's always hope to keep on fighting in this game. But let me cancel all of my shots. And I am going to do some high explosive right there. Let's just hope the enemy actually falls into that particular line and that we get some lucky shots. But we absolutely left a wreck of a town. Bodies everywhere, burning vehicles everywhere. I do want to see the final score. But the battle's not over till it's over. That's certainly the case in this game. Here we go. Come on now. Please, please. You've got a 90mm F1. That should be able to do some damage. Maybe? Pretty rare, of course, for a scout vehicle to have something that effective. It will bring this guy as well. Fast move back to the northern side of the town. Now, keep in mind, when you use the fast move option, it's not exactly the most secure option, obviously, but in this case, beggars can't be choosers. As long as we can get some kill shots on these guys, I don't give a damn. Fast move, slow move, whatever gets the job done. Also got some potential enemy vehicles still moving up the street here. I think for sure one of the best things to do is unload these units. Fast move that guy closer to the woods, but we want to get our infantry out of those vehicles and set up as much of an ambush as possible. Scout car taking fire, but from where? Oh, pretty rough for sure, yeah. I don't think we're going to move anywhere effectively here. It's just delete all waypoints. And even over here, look at that, our HQ unit getting wiped out. No, there's no way we can continue the fight. We have got to give up. That's certainly what we would do in this situation in real life. We'll fast forward, though, just for fun, and kind of see if the enemy forgets to take certain location. But they have taken the road area. So what can I do? I can advance into the village, I think. Not many of our units are going to be capable of moving, unfortunately. So here we go. Let's advance with anybody we've got. Oh, never mind. We've got a gunfight going on. Our HQ holding out against another mech infantry unit. And they are just bombarding that HQ to Kingdom Come. Obviously, the Soviets start off with quite an advantage in this battle with a lot of artillery support, tremendous amount of tank support, although they typically have a lot of tanks, to be fair. But look at that. We just destroyed a tracked vehicle with a heat missile. Still managing to do some damage here, although it looks like they have finally taken the village. There's no going back here for sure. I think that's going to be a GG. We'll save our mortarmen. So here we go. Now, it's not going to be an actual draw. It certainly would have been a win for the Soviets there. You could see, of course, the deployed on our side versus the deployed on the Soviet side. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, if you want to see some more Armored Brigade, you know what to do. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll absolutely do some more of these battles. It's been a while, but I'm really glad we're back. Thanks so much, folks.